In this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of the ATEM Mini Pro. Should you get that one or stick with the regular one for your church? So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So pretty much since the beginning of January, I've been using the ATEM Mini to handle all of my stuff here. And I don't even know what's going on with school sports coming into this fall. The plan was to take that with my mini ASRock A300 and have a portable system to live stream games, but Blackmagic messed everybody up and dropped the ATEM Mini Pro. And a bunch of y'all have been asking me, what are my thoughts on that? So I want to kind of walk through the pros and cons and what they've added to the Pro that I think especially is beneficial from a church standpoint, especially those who are just now getting started with live streaming. So let's go ahead over to Blackmagic's site and let's just do a rundown of everything that's been added over the regular ATEM Mini. Very first thing is obviously they've added some more buttons over here, which I'm glad they finally did. So we have well, let's roll back. The number one thing that is beneficial to this is that you do not need a live streaming system to encode what's coming out of the ATEM anymore. It has a streaming engine built in. So if you didn't have anything, you can literally buy the ATEM Mini Pro, and as long as you have an internet connection and maybe a computer just to control it, to tell it where to go to, where to live stream to, you don't need to have try and get your old computer to try and up to speed to be able to handle the encoding and all this other stuff, because it's built in. The system is built to handle your live stream. So that whole encoder overload that a lot of people are getting on OBS by trying to run older hardware to be able to live stream is not an issue. So literally all you have to have is maybe a computer to control it, and an internet connection, and that's it. That's all you need with the ATEM. So that's awesome. Also, the USB out can now have a hub connected to it. So now you can have a hard drive connected to it as well to record natively. Now I record on OBS like I'm doing right now, but technically you can take this, put like a hub here, similar to like, well, you can't see it. So you can get like one of these hubs here, this USB hub, and connect this to the ATEM Mini Pro. And then I have extra USBs here, so I can hook the control out to a computer if I was still using that, or I can put like a thumb drive connected here and record from the ATEM Mini Pro directly to this, which saves a lot. So I had all of this with my computer so that I can record the games or whatever events that I was doing in OBS over a computer. So that's one less thing that you need with a computer. They also, like, it gives you the big one that I remember I got a lot of people that viewed it, and a lot of people were telling me how wrong I was, but they actually added multi-view into this device. So all of the hacks that we've had, a bunch of people like me on YouTube have come up with to try and get multi-view with the original ATEM Mini, you don't have to do, because they built it in. I honestly think they did a software update. That's just me. I could be wrong. But it allows you to do that. So that's really cool. They've added some extra buttons in here as well too. That's the multi-view, the program. They have stream and record buttons. Obviously I put in there record, and they have an on-air button, which is kind of cool. And what else they got? Everything else on the back is exactly the same connections, everything like that. So, you know, you're really not missing anything except for just this whole row of buttons is what was added, which is cool. And yeah, because everything is literally exactly the same. Besides that, on the back is exactly the same. But the first thing, like I said, is you do not need a streaming PC, because this will handle it, which is awesome. All of the functionality is exactly the same. They've done some updates, but this goes for the old one and the new one, that allows, if you're using like a Pocket Cinema camera, you can actually control that camera from the ATEM Mini. That's awesome. But again, that's for both. Like I said, still outputs. You have the on air. This is the one feature that I think is really awesome, and it makes the budget even smaller, even though my ASRock system that I build is around like $550, $600, and it streams off of this. But to be able to, at first, let me jump back. At first, I had a problem with the price, that it was a $300 jump. But then as I looked through all the other features and what you don't need to add, like again, this is a $550 system computer that I have. That's the cheapest system that I've hooked up to this to live stream properly. This is $600. So literally, if I built this system and then add another $50, that's what I get inside of here with the ATEM Mini Pro. So I really think if you haven't gotten anything, if you just have like some of these old computers that a lot of people are trying to use with the ATEM Mini Pro, that would solve your issue and give you the ability to connect 4 input devices. One of those could be Worship Extreme, whatever presentation software that you want. You can do all the mixing, all the special effects, everything, but it's all built in. I mean, it's awesome that they put all that in that one little system. And like I said, you can redirect everything out to a hard drive, which is awesome. I almost want to test this out with mine right now to see if I can hook this hub up and see if a disk shows up. I'll do that maybe later. Like I said, you still have the special effects, you have your sound, all that other fun stuff. And yeah, you have your mixer with your cameras and everything that we already had originally. And like I said, it has all the great features of the original, but the main thing is leveraged being able to broadcast and live stream in the device itself. So you're not struggling with trying to get an Intel i3 or underpowered laptop trying to live stream it. This can handle it. So, and there's your multi-view, and I like how they added the record, your space, your audio levels, your media player, and your on-air timer right there. I really like that. And they've added some more. Well, I think they just split the cameras for their audio inputs, but they also have the mixer, all this other cool stuff. Use Ethernet to connect wirelessly, which I'm already doing, which all the ATEMs could actually do, really. Yeah, and this, I mean, it's just really cool that they added that. Now, originally when I was talking about this, I was saying that for me, I didn't think it would be beneficial, but the more and more that I kept researching it and looking into it, for what I'm doing here, I don't need it. But when I go mobily, when I go to these games and all this other stuff like that for sporting events, it's beneficial because it has shrunk down my footprint. Now, again, just like presentation software, I still run a computer to run, I was going to say scripture and lyrics, to run scores on the video. So I still need a computer for that, but I don't need such a powerful system to do that, which is awesome. So I can get like an underpowered Surface Pro or something like that, something that I don't need a lot of power, but I can shrink it down to connect in here. And then literally, even though I have that big book bag, I can even shrink it down even more because I only need that. And maybe I need to see if my portable monitor will work with an output on this, which I think it should, so I can have the multi-view. I think that would be cool. But I think I had to reevaluate this, and I think this is, especially if you're still trying to get into live streaming and you're looking at the prices and people are trying to get food over spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to live stream. I think this is a very good approach. You can throw whatever camera that you want to, except for the GoPro. Don't go with those. Those, I have one, and those things are a nightmare with this for whatever reason. I've tried the 5, tried the 7. Anyway, every other camera except for the GoPro, I don't like those with these. Works great. I think this is a good step if you're trying to live stream. Now, again, because it just came out, we know Blackmagic stuff. It just came out, and everybody and their mama has tried to buy one. They are heavily back ordered. Even the original is back ordered. I ordered one at the middle of March for a client, for a church, and it still hasn't came in. So if you want to get one, get on the back order list, order it. I have a link in the description to a bunch of places, and also please don't overpay for those either. It's $5.95. Don't pay anything more than that. People are marking these things up to high heaven. Just be patient, get on the back order list, and then at least you'll have it in stock. Now for me, I went ahead and ordered a Pro. Hopefully it will come in, but again, like I said, I was late to order mine, so it's going to probably be a while before I can do a head-to-head comparison against the two. But for those who wanted to know my thoughts about it, there it is. And if you're just getting started, I think this will make it a lot easier. You don't have to worry about computer specs, quad cores, none of that stuff, because everything is built into the Pro. And then, you still have the advantage of 4 video devices that you connect, all the special effects, lower thirds, all that fun stuff that we've talked about in numerous videos here on this channel. So again, if you wanted my input on it, I think it's a great purchase. If you need something way more powerful than this, and you would already know, if you want to have more than 4 input devices, the Pro is not for you. I was talking to Pastor Bell, and he was asking about it as well too. They're using the Sling Studio. I think one of these would be an awesome pairing with that, because you can add first more wired cameras to that, and there's a bunch of other things that you could do, and I'm working on some other fun videos like that. So anyway, let's just end that. That's my thoughts on the ATEM Mini Pro, and I am upgrading it. I'm not replacing mine, I'm upgrading it as well too. So hopefully that helps for the people who are asking that question. And when I get them in, like I said, we'll do a side-by-side comparison. So if you like the type of content, I would appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. This is AJ. We will see you on the next video. Later.